Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 7th to the 13th of December 2020. It's really quite a zen one this week with lots of activity in Sagittarius and Pisces. Sagittarius is old fire and Pisces is distant water. These two signs are squared off with each other, which always calls us to find the balance. So we start the week with Venus trine Neptune in Pisces. And this is wonderfully harmonic because Venus is the lower octave of Neptune. Venus is the earth feminine and Neptune is the spiritual feminine. Venus takes a soul force energy and plants it, produces it, creates on the earth, whereas Neptune is the tuning fork to receive the higher divine feminine and bring that to the earth plane. So very, very harmonic when these two are in a trine. And there's a feeling of dancing, swimming, dreaming, flowing, playing, really appreciating those beautiful energies working together. By Monday we have Mercury moving over the eclipse point, where the Sun was on the last eclipse, 8 degrees Sagittarius. At the same time the Moon is in Virgo. So the phrase I have for this is, your perception can be your prison or your passport. Sagittarius seeks freedom, wants to remove blocks, broad horizons, and the freedom to go on a journey or an adventure. But sometimes the controlling mind, the conditioned mind, the personality story gets in the way, and that's where the blocks are. That's in our perception. We have the power to change that perception. So as Mercury moves over the eclipse point, can we let go of all the blocks, the limitations, really open up our vista, open up our landscape and focus on our freedom and embrace our potential. By Tuesday, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. That's a quote from Bruce Lee. And with all this balancing of fire and water energy, I feel that spiritual warrior, that martial artist, that sense of Zen is really permeating the energies this week. So see if you can tune into that flow on Tuesday, listen to your intuition, have a look at where resistance and blocks are, and see if you can align to non-resistance and what different journey that will take you on. Because 2020's big story has been stop trying to control, stop trying to force, stop trying to push, just stop. And that's been a challenge because it's the opposite of what we're taught to be. But then what if you stop and you end up flowing in a different direction, effortlessly, harmonically, and leading you to where you need to be, from the inside out, without friction. So meditate on resistance and flow for Tuesday. On Wednesday we have the Sun in Sagittarius square Neptune in Pisces. So what does freedom feel like? Sun wants to be free, and although it's square to Neptune, Neptune is partly us being able to tune into our imagination. So when we ask ourselves a question and we summon up the feeling, that becomes our present state. And once we feel something, then it's on its way into being, if we allow our choices to align to that harmonic going forwards. So the joy of stopping and being is that we're actually changing our potential future by feeling into the harmonic of what's right for us. And then we can measure our future choices against that. So really another very big Zen day there. Sun square Neptune on Wednesday. In the background though, there's lots of other things going on, and we're walking towards a very, very important winter solstice. So on Thursday we can see Saturn is now at the last degree of Capricorn. So for those of you that have been following along, Saturn has had a big story with Pluto in Capricorn this year, and we're at the last degree. We've been stripped back to the core. We've explored all of our personality story and false narratives, all the density that we're carrying forwards by taking things personally and struggling, all the programming of fight, flight, survival. But 2020 has stopped us long enough to be able to observe that and make the necessary changes. So with all the false narratives stripped away, what remains is pure essence of being. And that's what Saturn is calling us to consider and to centre on these last few days before going into Aquarius and starting a whole new cycle. By Friday it gets more fiery as we have Sun trine Mars. So we began the week with Venus trine Neptune. That was very watery, Scorpio and Pisces. Now we've got Sun trine Mars, which is Sagittarius and Aries. So we start to feel that warmth now, bigger, braver, more emboldened. Can we harness the soul fire energy that Friday offers? Take it deep within and connect with our spiritual warrior. And this is perfect just before the winter solstice, the rebirth of the sun. And shortly afterwards, crossing over the galactic centre. It's all about finding that central fire now. Really focusing there. Then by the weekend we've got another fire and water combination as Mercury in Sagittarius squares Neptune in Pisces. But it's also the day of Lucia, Festival of Lights, with 12 to 13 days left until the Christmas celebration, the rebirth of the sun, and the feast that follows. But as a major cycle in human history draws to a close, a whole new landscape is opening up. So on the 18th, Saturn goes into Aquarius, and on the 21st, Jupiter goes into Aquarius. As the sun is reborn on the solstice, we're leaving all the Capricorn energy behind now that 2020 has really brought to a pressure point. So we need to wrap up the past, tie up the loose ends, and with a grateful heart and a generosity of spirit, it's almost time for these festivities to begin. We're just doing that last bit of preparation. As we start to feel the new energies come in, start to really see the point of what 2020 has taught us. And with this beautiful week of balancing fire and water, of being the spiritual warrior or the Zen master, then I feel that we're really letting go of everything that isn't us, connecting deep within with our spiritual fire and the waters of our intuition and our imagination to really get to the essence of who we are before we step over the most incredible threshold in the weeks to come. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, you can do that for yourself if you look at Sagittarius and Pisces in your chart, or I'm very happy to teach you how to do that or to help you in an online reading. I offer readings, tuition and coaching, and that can be one-to-one or in groups of your friends. Because as we go forward into 2021, you really do need to know your chart. This is not difficult, but your chart is your soul vibrational signature. And as we enter into all this Aquarian energy, that is your essence, that is your vibration. So I'd be very happy to show you how to connect with that, to feel it deep within, to discover your inner universe. A couple of other things, I do offer gift vouchers. As a present, as we're all online at the moment, I can send you a voucher if you want to buy somebody else a reading or a course, one-to-one. That can be tarot, astrology, numerology, all manner of things. And I'm very happy to discuss that in a phone call first to make sure you're getting exactly what it is that you want. And also going forwards, I have a new series with Julia Melville. I've posted the video on my Facebook at AstroZo, on Instagram at ZoeHine7, and you'll find that on my YouTube, Zoe Astro. I'm going to be taking you through 2021 month by month, zodiac month by zodiac month, having a look at how to escape from the negative mind. So there'll be lots of coaching tips there, lots of intuitive astrology, and we do invite you to come and join us. But there's an introductory interview on my social media if you'd like to go and have a look at that. So really go deep this week, enjoy the flow, enjoy feeling the fire. They don't have to be square, they don't have to be in discord. This is going to call us to balance those within ourselves, and all of this is preparing us for a whole new way of being, coming from our pure essence that we'll be connecting to and living from as soon as all these energies cross over into Aquarius and we start a new cycle. So it's very exciting. It's all in perfect timing. I wish you a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.